What's going on, guys? Let's talk about Caitlin Clark. If you haven't been paying attention to the WNBA, because I couldn't blame you. I don't think anybody was. Right? There's a new basketball player by the name of Caitlin Clark who just entered WNBA from college. She has a huge fan base, and people hate her because she's white and because she's straight and prefers to date men, which is her preference. A lot of people hate her because of this. I know, it makes no damn sense, right? So other WNBA players are sabotaging their careers by going after her. And now the news update is apparently people are mad because she won't call her fans racist or sexist. This sounds nuts, I know. Let's check out an update from Black Conservative Perspective. I really enjoy his content. Go and check out his channel.
It seems no matter what you do or what is done to you, it becomes a topic nationally. And a lot of times it becomes divisive. I wonder from your standpoint how you feel about people using your name in whatever culture wars or whatever wars they're fighting. How do you feel about that?
Is she the only white girl?
So, I don't.
No, I don't think so. I think she has like a huge amount of attention. It's kind of like the Eminem effect, right? Eminem comes into hip hop. He has a lot of attention. He has a high skill set, a lot of eyes on him. A lot of people who are not white seem to be, I guess, what you call it, threatened by them and blame everything on them being white for why they get attention and them being black for why they don't get attention. They have started to foul her in between plays. I think the girl got in trouble after the fact, which is weird because what is she supposed to do? Get free throws in the next game? So for like the audience or for, I guess, people, the public to have to say, yo, what the hell's going on? Why the ref ain't calling this stuff? In order for them to do something, that's a problem. That's a huge problem.
Put too much thought and time into thinking about things like that. And to be honest, I don't see a lot of it. Like I've said, like basketball is my job. Like everything on the outside, I can't control that. So I'm not going to spend time thinking about that. People can talk about what they want to talk about, create conversations about, whatever it is. But I think for myself, I'm just here to play basketball.
It's Caitlin Clark's responsibility to tell her fans to stop being racist, homophobic, just generally bigots towards other players in the league. 100% it is. Hey, I'm Coach Jackie. I make videos all about women's sports, and this conversation is a long time coming, and I'm glad we're having it. It's undeniable that ever since LSU beat Iowa in the national championships in 2023, there has been a conversation whenever fans try to defend Caitlin Clark where they are absolutely racist towards her black opponents. That's just true. That just happens. Is it Caitlin Clark's fault that happens? No, it's not, right? People say things. However, after a couple of years of them saying it, it is her responsibility to speak up and say, stop saying that.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
That's insane. No, it's not. No, it's not. Especially the way they've been treating her. It is not her responsibility to do nothing but show up to work and play ball. It is not her responsibility to tell nobody nothing. That sounds nuts, right? And also, I haven't seen any proof of any of her fans being racist. That sounds nuts. And if that's the case, you can't blame her. That has nothing to do with her. Let her focus on the game, right? That's crazy, fam. When people are like going after her because of her race, mum's the word. But now y'all want her to come and speak up for something? That sounds so stupid.
I got to tell you guys, it really does seem like the woke WNBA players are hell-bent on destroying the WNBA. Now, it's not like the WNBA was actually a successful league. I mean, they're on track to lose $50 million this year. The only reason that league hasn't already collapsed is because of the subsidy that the WNBA gives the league every year in order to survive. But it seems as if these women want to be on welfare for the rest of their lives. Okay. They really want to be the welfare league because they would much rather be victims than to be successful and to have the league stand on its own 2 feet. Okay. Because the best opportunity that they have in order to make the WNBA a successful league that people actually care about, they're pissing it away with each and every day that passes where these jealous, hateful women continue.
Based off of just green-eyed envy. That's all it really is. You beg for people to watch the sport, then when they watch the sport, no, you're not watching it for me. What? Then ball. You want to prove you better than Caitlin Clark? Then prove it. Play. Right? Smoke her every time you get on the court without using dirty moves or fouling. Right? Get the attention. Go ahead. That happens. Right? If it's a hype train, prove it.
Continue to attack Caitlin Clark simply because they can't stand the fact that the league is getting attention in a way that they don't like, which is via a woman who happens to be straight and white. Now, again, this is not me making it up. This is not me coming to this.
Nah, you cooking. Where's her teammates on the court? Facts, because they're jealous too. I've seen in her press conferences to where she comes in a little bit late and her teammates try to chew her out. And it's like she was literally signing autographs for hours or for however long, right? Why was her teammates not with her signing autographs? Why didn't they back her up when people be fouling her and throwing her to the floor, right? It's because it's just envy, it's jealousy. It's nasty as hell. They don't realize the opportunity that she brings to women's sports or just to the WNBA in general. They don't even realize it.
Conclusion based off microaggressions. No, these players have been explicit about how they don't like the fact that Caitlin Clark is bringing attention to the league as a straight white woman, okay? And they hate the fact that nobody cared about the league when the stars of the league were mostly black lesbian women, okay? They made that known that, hey, we are jealous of her. We don't like her success because of her skin color and her sexuality. This is what they've said. And they've made it very clear that this is how they feel, not just from their comments, but also on the court, okay? Caitlin Clark has been the subject of cheap shots, and fans rightfully came to her defense because they're saying, hey, this is not right. What you're doing to her because you're jealous of.
That's facts. It's all based off of jealousy and envy. She didn't do nothing wrong for them to be going at her like that, right? And every time you come in and you got the eyes on you, it happens. LeBron James went through it. Kobe went through it. Michael Jordan went through it. They had Jordan rules, right? Whenever he was on the court, they would try to abuse him. They had to make sure his team was actually fighting back on his behalf, which was the case.
Of her is not right. It is going to turn people off from the game. And these women are rightfully getting backlash for how they're treating her. And that in the long run, if Caitlin Clark gets injured because of one of these cheap shots, it is going to backfire on the league. Then the WNBA shot themselves in the foot again because whoever decides the USA basketball team for women who play in the Olympics, they decided to snub Caitlin Clark. Now, one of the reasons why they're snubbing Caitlin Clark doesn't have anything to do with her talent or whether or not she earned the spot. They're blaming the fans. They're saying, well, it's the fans' fault because we don't want to deal with the fans who are going to be upset that Caitlin Clark is not getting that much playing time, right? She's going to be riding the bench. She's not going to be playing that much. And we think that the fans are going to get upset. So therefore, that's part of the reason why she was left off of the team, which again is incredibly stupid. And smart people have been trying to tell these women that, yeah, that's pretty dumb. You're missing the opportunity of a lifetime because of jealousy and hate. Now,
you're going to not include the person who's bringing the most attention to your sport. That's so dumb.
Did these women learn their lesson? Did these women take time to actually think about what everybody was trying to tell them about how, listen, this is your best opportunity for success. You better take it. No. What they're doing is that they're continuing to double and triple down on the nonsense. And now what they're really doing is that they are attacking the fans. They're now blaming the fans. They're saying that Caitlin Clark's fans are MAGA and she must denounce her fans as racist, sexist, bigot.
Rookie season 16,
and it is a problem if she doesn't. Basically, they're demanding that she virtue signal her wokeness, okay? To worship at the altar of the liberal black woman like the mainstream liberal media does and like everybody on the left side of the political aisle does. This is what they want. This is what they are demanding. In fact, they had a problem with Caitlin Clark being asked about.
Tripping. It would have brought mad attention. It's like they've been saying for years, we don't have people watching us. People don't want to support us. There's no money in the sport. And then when you get a star who gets that attention, just gift it to you. Y'all throw it on the floor. Could you imagine someone, I'm hungry, I'm starving. Here's a whole plate of food. I don't want that. I want lobster. Nigga, they don't pick that damn steak and rice off the floor. Nigga, you know how good that food is? They don't even realize it, right? It's because it's based off of envy and jealousy. They wanted people to watch them, like specifically for them, right? It is nuts, fam. It's really nuts. It's crazy because Angel, what's her name? Angel Reese ain't getting this amount of hate. And she came in with a buzz as well. She didn't have the same amount of buzz as Caitlyn, which is probably why she ain't getting that same hate that Caitlyn getting. It's pretty messed up. It's pretty messed up. These like females are actually coming out and saying that they don't like her because of her race.
The fans weaponizing her name in order to push an agenda. Now, nobody's weaponizing Caitlyn Clark's name to push an agenda, but this is the media spin because the media, the liberal media, the pro-black media, really, they are trying to get Caitlyn Clark, again, to do the tap dance because these liberal black women in the WNBA are being rightfully criticized for their jealousy and hate.
Just not.
So again, now it's incumbent upon Caitlyn.
That's a good one. Nah, that's a good one. I got what you was cooking there. I got you was cooking there with homegirl. What's her name? Is it Brittany? The one that they traded? Yeah, nah, that was nuts. You would think that person would be getting all that hate.
Caitlyn
right?
Clark to basically piss off the fans on behalf of these women. And if she doesn't, then she's standing with racism, hate, bigotry, and she's allowing her name to be weaponized for an agenda, a right-wing agenda. Now, again, I'm not entirely sure what right-wing agenda Caitlyn Clark is being weaponized for. They haven't articulated that, but this is what they're saying. Okay. In fact, you have this WNBA player, ultra woke, Dejone Carrington. She came out and posted a tweet in response to Caitlyn Clark saying, hey, I don't really pay attention to social media. I don't have a comment on what people are doing on social media. Basically, she's staying out of it, right? She's playing it smart, okay? She's just saying, look, it's not my problem, okay? I'm just trying to...
That's what they're trying to say. It's pretty much being white is wrong in their eyes. What? You're white and you're getting attention? We don't like it. That's what it is. It's the same thing as Eminem, I'm telling you. It's the same type of reasons why people hate Eminem, right? It's just envy. It really is envy.
Play basketball.
I'm talking about based off
It's exactly what she should say, right? She clearly is more intelligent than 99% of these women in this league, okay? But this woman, this WNBA player, had a problem with that. She says, dog, how one cannot be bothered by their name being used to justify racism, bigotry, misogyny, xenophobia, homophobia, and the intersectionalities of them all is nuts. We all see that ish. We all have a platform. We all have a voice, and they all hold weight. Silence is a luxury. Yeah. So again, basically what she's saying is that, yeah, I have a problem with Caitlyn Clark refusing to call the fans racist, to call the fans bigots. I have a problem with Caitlyn Clark making a smart business decision for the betterment of the league, right? That's essentially what she's saying, because Caitlyn Clark, again, being much smarter than these individuals, knows that the best thing for me to do is to just...
So what, they gonna keep trying to get physical with her and throw her on the floor if she don't say this?
Just stay out of this, okay? Not to take a side and just play ball, right? She's been great at interviews. In fact, a lot of these WNBA players, they should take notes. Their league will be much more successful because these players wouldn't be so insufferable, right? Because right now, I can't stand any of these players. And they've shown us why nobody gave a damn about the WNBA up until Caitlyn Clark, okay? They show us every chance they get why this league has been irrelevant. So, again, of course, you have the pro-black woke revolutionaries agreeing with this stuff in the comment section, egging this woman on, okay, to force Caitlyn Clark to make a bad business decision. Because I'm telling you, it would be a bad business decision for Caitlyn Clark to do what these WNBA players are asking her to do. And just so you guys understand the player that we're dealing with here, this is the same player that taunted Caitlyn Clark like that on the court, right? This is the same player. So again, we know where this is coming from. Jealousy and hate. Jealousy and hate. So now Caitlyn Clark gets a question.
Yeah, that's nuts, yo. What? And then you expect her to come and back you based off of something that's on speculation with no actual evidence of proof?
From the liberal media, asking her basically to denounce the racism and misogyny and your name being used to push an agenda, right? This is what they're asking her. And this was Caitlyn Clark's answer.
Well, I know you mentioned that, you know, you want to focus straight on basketball. Definitely respect that. But when, just to ask you directly, when people use your name for racism, misogyny, whatever, what is your response to that specifically?
Yeah, I think it's disappointing. I think, you know, everybody in our world, you know, deserves the same amount of respect. The women on our league deserve the same amount of respect. So people should not be using my name to push those agendas. It's disappointing. You know, it's not acceptable. But yeah, I mean, this league is a league I grew up admiring and wanting to be a part of. Like, some of the women in this league were my biggest idols and role models growing up and helped me want to achieve this moment right here that I get to play in every single night. So just treating every single woman in this league with the same amount of respect, I think is just a basic human thing that everybody should do. Like, you know, just be a kind person and treat them, you know, how you would want to be treated. And
what this got to do with basketball?
Yeah. So you
Like, what this got to do with basketball at all, my nigga? Like, I'm sick of people trying to make athletes or certain celebrities have to answer political things. That's so dumb. That's so stupid.
you seen that, you heard that. Okay. Now she's obviously trying to thread the needle here. Okay. She's trying
there you
to
go.
walk the fine line and balance giving these players their credit, because this is what they want. They want you to worship at the liberal black woman altar, right? This is what they want you to do. Okay. So she's trying to do that, show appreciation, while at the same time not trying to call the fans racist, right? But again, the media is going to try to pressure her into saying that, right? This is what they're going to do. And now, guys, I clearly see how the WNBA is going to sabotage themselves. It will either be a cheap shot that gets Caitlin Clark seriously hurt, or it's going to be them forcing Caitlin Clark to come out here and to be woke, to woke virtue signal. Okay. And I promise you, I absolutely promise you, the day that Caitlin Clark comes out here and capitulates to these not so wise, the
fan base gonna go for the whole WNBA. Is all their chances of actually having the media attention now is gonna go down the drain.
So smart WNBA players, and she calls the fans racist, bigots, xenophobes, hateful. It is over for the WNBA. I promise you. Mark my words. These women have no clue what they're asking for. They are asking for Caitlin Clark to do the absolute worst thing that she could do when you talk about growing the game, which is to attack the fans. If Caitlin Clark comes out here and she calls fans racist, if she suggests that the fans are racist that support her in order to please these women, it is over. It is done.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not lying, right? He is not lying. It's crazy. I hope she don't fall for that.
All the hopes and dreams of the WNBA will be non-existent at that point. There will be no hope. The league will be on welfare for the rest of their existence. I promise you. I promise you. These women are playing with fire, but unfortunately, like most liberals and progressives,
he's right.
You have to actually touch fire to believe that it burns. It's really unfortunate. It is really unfortunate that it has to.
That's my biggest thing that I'm seeing is, where's her team, bro? They not acting like a team. I don't know what's going on with the coach. They need to get on there. Remember the Titans, boy. Like, they need to sit down and watch Remember the Titans. Then they need to get on that same type of energy. I feel like rewatching Remember the Titans. That's a good movie. That's a classic.
To be this way. Because a lot of people are telling these women, hey, because we care about the league as a whole, because we care about you, we suggest that you keep your mouth shut. You might not like how you're getting success or why people actually watch the WNBA now, but you better deal with it because it's better for the game in the long run. But they don't want to hear that. They are dead set on destroying their own league. Because when Caitlin Clark's fans stop watching.
I got a cookie somewhere I'm about to eat. What is that? I just remember I had a black and white cookie somewhere. Just remember I had a black and white cookie. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Hold on.
The game.
Go grab this damn.
Stop watching the sport because Caitlin Clark decided to call them racist, which is what these people want so bad. It is over. It is over. And there will be no way to recover.
He's right.
But hey, again, like I said, these women would much rather be victims than to be successful. That's how strong.
I hope she don't bend the knee. I hope she don't bend the knee. And this is the cookie I was talking about. Let me show you guys. It's a black and white cookie. That's like my little cheat thing that get sometimes when I don't want to stay on a strict diet. Trying to take it out the packaging. See, I love black and white cookies. Chocolate part is my least favorite, so I try to eat that first and save the good vanilla part. Now, you see, this is what the WNBA need to do. They need to unite like this black and white cookie. You see, this side is Caitlin. This is Angel Reese over here on the black side. We got to get both sides to unite so they can be delicious.
Of a drug victimhood is, guys. They would much rather be victims and be irrelevant and the boohoo-whine and cry about it rather than be successful, rather than to keep their mouths shut and to be successful and to stand on their own 2 feet. So anyways, that brings me to this video from First Take, woke take, really. That's what this is, of Stephen A. Smith.
Got to get them to unite like the black and white cookie together. They could be 1/10 of what the NBA is. They could. 1/10. Right now, they at like 0.0003. They can get up to 1/10. Yeah, 1/10.
Of chiming in on this comment from this not so smart WNBA player, basically pressuring Caitlin Clark to call the fans racist. Now, Stephen A. has been great on this issue because he, like a lot of these men in the media, have come out and told these women, listen, y'all.
He said you got the white side first. I couldn't help it. It's delicious. I'm sorry. Not better? I got some of that chocolate side.
Shut up and just play, right? Let Caitlin Clark take you guys to greatness, okay? They've been smart about it. They're thinking like businessmen. But slowly but surely, like always, when Stephen A. Smith doesn't align with the pro-black mob, they get in his ear and they tell him, hey, you're not invited to the cookout. We're going to revoke your black card because you out here supporting this white woman too much. Okay, you're pushing back against our narrative. You're talking down to these black women, right? This is what they're telling this guy. I promise you, this is what they're telling him. And like he always does, he is starting to fold. This is what he had to say about this.
It's a broader issue here that can't be escaped. And that is this. She is a white young lady.
Oh.
And she's been a magnet in a way that has benefited the league in ways that others have not, even though their efforts have been worthy and deserving of being as celebrated, if not even more celebrated.
And
it's a reminder that no matter how far we believe that we have
who that chick is. I think she was in the WNBA. So I was like, nigga, did they hire her just for thumbnail purposes? Nigga, that shit look crazy. I was like, did I click on BT Uncut? Nigga, what is going on in here? Shit look wow. I don't know if that's her though, because she's sitting down.
Society.
But
there's still such a long way to go because in the end, if you're white, you're bright, you're right. And as a result, the shine comes your way in the eyes of a lot of people in America.
You know, again, this is what Stephen A. Smith does. You just listen to what he said there. He basically said, well, look, there are a lot of women in WNBA that deserve praise and glory because they work hard. And again, they deserve it just as much as Caitlin Clark. But because Caitlin Clark is white, she's getting all this attention. First and foremost, Stephen A., you're wrong.
Not because she's white. It happens with time. You know how many players was in the NBA that we never even heard of? And they was in there killing it. I mean, there's probably not that many kids that know about Wilt Chamberlain and all that extra. What are old school players? It's just part of the game.
Just because you work hard Just because you think that your sport is entertaining and that you deserve something doesn't mean that you deserve it. You deserve whatever the market gives you, whatever the market dictates. These players have proven time and time again why nobody gave a damn about WNBA before Caitlin Clark. It's not because of their race or because of their sexuality. It's because of their attitudes. They're not
Yeah, there's a lot of entitlement. And mind you, I've been to a WNBA game. That shit was trash. I've seen college games better than WNBA. They're not that damn good. Be honest with you. I've known a female team practice that was better than WNBA, nigga. It was actually balling.
role models. They're not people that parents will have their kids watch and look up to and aspire to be like. Now, again, you can chalk it up to race and skin color and sexuality, but that's on you. However, that's not the reality, because we have seen Black women go into sports that traditionally they have not been a part of and dominate and have a ton of fans support them. Like, for example, Serena Williams in tennis, one of the biggest stars ever, a Black woman supported by white people in this country. Why? It's because she was entertaining, first and foremost. And two, Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods. There's a lot of Black superstars in sports. So yeah, I do think that's bull crap. Was a good role model. She's somebody that young girls looked up to that played tennis and said, hey, I want to be like Serena. It's really that simple. But this idea that the WNBA players deserved something before Caitlin Clark is nonsense. They didn't deserve anything. They deserve exactly what they got.
It's transition. Very uncomfortable to touch on, but just factually correct. You have somebody that's a presidential candidate. What is his claim to fame? Make America great again. What have people interpreted that to mean? Make America white again. These are the things that critics have said. He has his...
What does, first of all, that's bull crap. Second, what this got to do with basketball? They're losing the plot, bro.
Supporters spanning the tens of millions. There are others on the other side having tens of millions of the supporters on their side. What has that led to? A divide. It is not a divide that is created. It is a divide that's illuminated because it's highlighting and showing that it's been in existence all along. It hasn't gone anywhere. As we travel for the NBA Finals, and Shanae is here with yours truly and Kendrick Perkins and Brian Windhorst and stuff like that. Yeah, in the city of Dallas, we're chilling, this metropolis, and, you know, we're having a good time. Go to some of the outskirts of Texas. Go to some of the outskirts of Florida. Go to some of the outskirts of various places throughout this country, and you see places that ain't trying to hear all of that. It was the way that it was, and we ain't trying to change it for anybody. We holding on to this.
What are we talking about? This is what happened on ESPN now? Oh my gosh. No wonder why I don't watch that shit. I don't know why everything has to be political. Everything is not about race. This is weird. Is it just because election time is here? Like, so now everything gotta be political in order for you to get views, my nigga? Like, this shit is nasty. Like, yeah, they want it to be like, why? Who's they?
Whatever that it may be.
What?
And as a result of that, we find ourselves on too many occasions witnessing the conflict that we thought had subsided, that we thought had evaporated before our very eyes. And what we've learned is it has not. It has not. So when Carrington spoke up, I got where she was coming.
I don't watch women's beach volleyball. I see somebody in the chat saying that, but I ain't gonna. There's some highlights I ain't caught. I was like, what's going on out here? What's happening? This just seemed like a amazing game. I'm like, what's this chick name? Don't let me find her. I'm dead. Tell y'all this girl name. I seen this clip from. I was like, kind of might have to give this a try, man. Like, I ain't know they was out here like that. As that volleyball be like, be out here like that. What's that girl name? Hold on, let me see. I bet you if I type this one key phrase, she'll pop up. What is her name? That's crazy. There she is right here too. That's what's shorty name, nigga? Felon Phonomia? Is that her name? Oh yeah. Yeah, that's her. I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right. Yeah, that's shorty. I seen some clips going around. I'm like, oh, that's what's happening out here. I need to check me some volleyball out.
I certainly don't hold Caitlin Clark accountable for that.
Shoot my
but what Caitlin Clark has to understand is that it's not really you personally. It's you, the figure. It's you, the prop per se, that is being utilized to address a bigger point. If we could do it, everybody has done it. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and others were trying to make things happen in the 50s.
What this got to do with nigga, bro? What Martin Luther King got to do with this? What this got to do?
Come on, son.
That's like the black people trump card. Just bring Martin Luther King into it. They can't argue if we bring Martin Luther King into it. Luther King.
Oh, that's a nice shield you pulled out right there. It was okay. Just let's try to remove the shield for a second. Just 1 second. No more shields.
Straight nasty.
In the 60s, Rosa Parks refusing to give her seat up on a bus. Everybody knows that was something that was orchestrated because a bigger issue needed to be addressed. And they had to find the right person to address it. And throughout history, we've seen a plethora of things transpire and take place where an individual had the light shined on them and it was orchestrated and plotted and planned because a bigger message and a bigger issue needed to be addressed with the right.
One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish, knick-knack, pat-whack, give a dog a bone. I'm black, y'all, because I'm black, y'all. I'm blackity black. I'm black, y'all. Not from Africa, but act as if I am. No, I am not Sam. Green eggs and ham. What are you?
Person needed to come along to give us the license to address it.
Yeah, he brought up Rosa Parks.
It might not have been through their own volition, but it happened.
I'm done. I was done at Martin Luther King. Now I'm officially done. This nigga said Rosa Parks. It's over.
Caitlin Clark is a wonderful basketball player who I think is going to be a star in this league. And she is box office and she does generate ratings and all of those things are true. But the fact that she is a young white lady and the world has gravitated to her the way that they have, in a way they have done for no one else in the 28-year history of the WNBA.
That is insane, yo. So because she's getting attention, everybody's racist. That's what you're saying. So are you racist? Because you wasn't paying attention to the WNBA this entire time.
And Lord knows how long Team USA has been into existence. It's just further evidence of the times that we're living in, but most importantly, the times we've been living in and the progress that purportedly has been made, although it has existed to some degree, doesn't negate the fact that we can't gloss over the reality of what we're exposed to every single day. That is what Janae has spoken about. That is what Carrington was alluding to. That is what a plethora of people within the WNBA and within the world is alluding to today. Yo, y'all, there's still a lot of work to be done because things haven't changed nearly as much as we would like to believe.
This nigga sound nuts.
Wow. So Stephen A. Smith, in a Kamala Harris-like word salad, in a roundabout way, basically said that, well, fans are weaponizing Caitlin Clark. And Caitlin Clark didn't ask for it, but it just so happens she's the figure that is being used to push some type of political agenda. What they really want to say is a racist agenda that has...
BX, they're losing the narrative. So They are pushing division like crazy. People are starting to wake up to the propaganda and BS. I hope so, because this is some bull crap.
Illuminated the divide in this country, right? This is what he's saying.
Bull crap. When
the reality is that Caitlin Clark is not being used to push an agenda. All of this escalated because these WNBA players have shown that they don't like Caitlin Clark or the attention that she's getting, because they don't like the fact that she's white and she's straight and she's getting the attention and they didn't get the attention. They're the ones with the problem. The fans just defended Caitlin Clark from what clearly is hate coming from these players. Defending Caitlin Clark apparently is pushing racism, according to these people. Right? Yeah. This is where we're at.
It's stupid.
If you defend Caitlin Clark against cheap shots and jealousy and hate, then you're a racist. You're pushing a right-wing agenda.
Yes.
Wow. Stupid. Incredible stuff. And again, this is Stephen A. Smith doing a little tap dance. Because again, the pro-black mob is in his ear. They're saying, look, you're defending this white girl too much. You got to come out here and ride for the sisters. Okay?
He is tap dancing.
You got to push this nonsense that's going to guarantee that this league is never successful, because I guarantee you, I'm telling you, if Caitlin Clark comes out here and calls the fans racist or even alludes to fans being racist, it's over. And you would think that Stephen A. Smith, being on the right side of this issue, his take would have been, look, y'all should just shut up. At this point, you really need to shut up. Because you don't want Caitlin Clark to come out here and start calling fans racist.
Nah, that's facts, though. That's big facts. Just focus on the games, huh? Like, that's it. Focus on the game.
Because if that happens, this league, all the hope that you guys had, all the things that you claimed that you wanted, that it seems like you really don't want, you're not going to get it. But instead, this is what he's doing. He's pushing the nonsense. I still haven't figured out exactly what agenda is being pushed through Caitlin Clark. I don't understand. I don't get it. Right? People that are pushing the divide here are not Caitlin Clark's fans. It's not MAGA. It's not people on the right. It's not conservatives. It's not Trump supporters. It's these black liberal women in the WNBA, in the mainstream liberal media.
Facts. The View probably siding with them. Oh, man, what Whoopi say about this?
In the left, you guys are the ones that are dividing the country. You guys are the ones that came out here and explicitly said, yo, we don't like her being white and straight and giving us all this attention. We don't like that. You said that. You're the one.
Which is insane. Attention's attention.
That cheap shot at her. You are the cause of all of this. But again, they blame everybody else. Everybody else is the problem and they're the victims.
It's crazy.
It's sheer stupidity. I cannot believe the stupidity of what's coming out of this league in the mainstream level media right now.
Not wrong.
It's insane. But I'm really at the point now where I think that fans should strongly consider just boycotting the league. Right? I mean, that's basically already what's happening, because nobody really watches the WNBA outside of Caitlin Clark. Okay. And I really don't want Caitlin Clark to suffer because of her ignorant colleagues in the league. But it seems as if
you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. I hope she don't just like bend the knee. That's what I hope. I hope she don't pull a Jon Snow and just come out here and just agree with whatever foolishness.
It's getting to that point where it's like, there needs to be a boycott, right? People just need to stop watching. If this is what they're going to do, if they're going to say that the fans are racist, that you can't comment on the game, if you ain't watched the WNBA before, if you're going to defend Caitlin Clark from cheap shots, then that's racism. If that is,
if I was I'm going to turn it into prison ball real quick. Real quick. You got about one time to throw me on the floor before I'm like, okay, word. I think I'm about to get on my Draymond Green.
Want to do, if that's the route they want to go down,
keep playing with me.
Then yeah, I think a boycott is in order. I really do. It's starting to get to that point. Because it seems like that's what they want. They want people to not watch it, right? They don't want certain fans to watch the game.
Yeah, nah, that's true.
They don't. And again, what's hilarious about this is that without the so-called racist fans, the league it's never going to be successful. That's what these people don't understand. I've said this time and time again. For whatever reason, these pro-blacks don't realize that 60% of America is white, right? You need white people to support your business if your business is going to be successful. There aren't many businesses in this country that are successful, uber successful.
Need everybody. Facts.
We're talking about billion-dollar companies without white customers, right? For whatever reason, they don't understand this concept. But this is what they're asking for. But at some point, the fans are going to start tuning this out. Fans are going to walk away from this and say, listen, if this is what we have to deal with on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, this type of racialized drama because of the hate and vitriol.
Y'all said F it. Dodgeball. I ain't going front. I've seen some exciting ass dodgeball games. Like this, what's the name too? They got like this new league for tag. That's pretty exciting. I'm more of a combat sport guy myself, man. Bare knuckle, MMA, kickboxing, Muay Thai, karate tournaments, things along those lines. Sometimes I go into the wrestling side, jiu-jitsu tournaments, maybe some collegiate wrestling, but I like combat sports. That's my thing.
All from these women towards one of their own colleagues just because she's white and straight and she has people cheering for her. She has fans. Then we're just going to be done with this league.
And now they have the opportunity to start making more money and they want to ruin it for themselves. It's crazy. So I don't know about the WNBA, who owns the teams or who sponsors, but I bet that would tell you a lot. I ain't going front. Before Caitlin Clark came to the league, me and you could have went half on the team right now for $10. I'm joking. That's crazy. Hey, what's up? I got 5 on me. You trying to buy the Sparks? What's up? Now, if you want to get Liberty, we gotta go 15. You got 7? You got $7.50 on you? Got $7.50? We can probably go buy Liberty right now. Own the team, nigga. What's up? You down? What's up? Let's go buy a team right now, nigga. We want to go buy the Sparks? Shit, nigga. They selling some teams for a sandwich, nigga. If we provide a good enough sandwich with the corners cut off, the crust cut off, nigga, they'll give us a team. But they're just here, you can have it. Here's a whole team, like 20 females on the team. Top 10 in the whole league for a sandwich. That's how bad they was doing, nigga. You could have bought a team with a sandwich.
Because we don't want our daughters to be exposed to this type of nonsense.
Wait, yes. So they taking food stamps? That's crazy. He said, listen, give us like $5 in food stamps. You had this whole team for the year, nigga. What's up? And you could coach the team like you Whoopi Goldberg and Eddie. What's good? Nigga, sound like a good deal? I'm like, nah. I'll take it for $3. I got 3. Deal. Most money we made all year. I went to a WNBA game, nigga. I'm telling you guys, I'll never forget. It was me and like 2 friends. We won a contest in elementary school. We were the only ones in the entire arena. We had nosebleed seats. I got up with our snacks and went right to the court. No one said nothing. They was excited. People were here? Okay, ladies, this is really play for real this time. I'm like, ain't this some shit? I could have went to a Knicks game for all of that. I just wanted to see my team lose.
Again, it's just unfortunate that people on the left have to actually touch fire to believe that it burns. It is an unfortunate reality, but it is a reality that we live in when it comes to these individuals. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
I got 150 who down there. Word, man, we could go in. Let's all put in like $1. We could buy a WNBA team right now, nigga. Let's get it before Caitlin rises the stocks. In fact, man, let's wait them off. The way that they're going, it's probably going to be cheaper. They about to ruin their stocks.
Subscribe, most importantly, share.
They're about to ruin it. But tell me what you guys think down in the comment section. Hit the like button, share the video as well, fam. It's crazy out here.